Welcome to We Lounge once again, an exclusive interaction with the leaders of the industry. We have with us today an HR professional with 20 plus years of progressive experience in human resources management, entailing manpower planning and orientation, performance management system, employee engagement, employee lifecycle management, talent management, training and development, rewards and recognition, competency mapping, succession planning, organizational development intervention, capability building, HR operations, and analytics that literally covers the entire gamut of HR. He is certified in HRM, appreciative coach and counselor, a trainer, a quality analyst, and an NLP practitioner. He is also currently pursuing his PhD from JECRC, Jaipur in HR. Please welcome Mr. Anand Dhruv, Associate Director HR at NTT Limited. Well, thank you, Dhruv, for joining us today and sparing this time for
Pleasure.
this intervention.
Pleasure.
Great. So, Dhruv, you've done so much across your career, literally the entire gamut of HR, like I mentioned earlier. You've been in the industry for 20 plus years, right? How has the journey been for you so far?
The journey so far has been very, very fruitful, very, very enriching. Every part of my professional and personal, growth, every step every new organization I got associated with, one best and good part was I have always been blessed with wonderful bosses and wonderful people to work with. And I always tell, all my students, because I teach as well,
Right.
you don't choose organizations, we choose bosses.
True.
Because when you are blessed to work with wonderful leaders, there are a lot of things which you learn both consciously, unconsciously as well. And that has been my case. I have been very lucky to be associated with fantastic leaders. And trust me, when I am at work, I am like a sponge. I will try to absorb as much as I can, and then definitely try to implement that on my personal and professional journey. And maybe that's one of the reasons. I shouldn't say this that I have achieved a lot, but definitely at the age of 35, I was heading HR with one of the India's largest out-of-home media. So somewhere that effort which I put in, and of course my leaders, my people, my team reciprocated with the same efforts. And that's how one thing which I have learned in my career so far, people need people.
True.
And that's what has been my journey so far. Very enriching, very fruitful. At the same time, lots of ups and downs. In fact, more downs and lots of, more down and few ups.
Right.
In few cases, more ups and few downs. But the journey of these all ups and downs has really, really helped me to be where I am today.
Right. So, what clearly comes out is that you've not had it easy. It's been
Absolutely.
a
It's
very
been,
rigorous
it's been,
journey.
yes. So at times you burn your hands.
Right.
There are certain things which you learn the hard way.
True.
One thing which I have learned the very, very hard way is stakeholder management. Something which no management institute taught you. It taught you as principally as a subject.
Right.
But practically getting into, because with one of my experience, I had 11 bosses to work with. Multiple CEOs and one group CEO, and of course, one managing director to cater to. So it becomes very difficult, and that really, really makes you, look forward to new challenges, new opportunities. While yes, it is time consuming, it is taxing both mentally and physically. But at the end, I always say, either you win or you learn, you never lose.
You never lose.
That's what I have learned in my career so far in the last 20 plus years.
Interesting. Very nicely put. Now, looking back, did you anticipate that this is where you will be in life personally and professionally to where you are today?
To be honest, somewhere, yes, I thought and I knew that HR or something with people management is one of the things which I should be able to do justice to. Many a times you aspire to be something, but you don't end up doing that. So clearly as a child, there were three options which I had very, very clear in my mind. One, definitely people management, teaching, training, human resources, in and around people was something which I had aspired to get into. Second, I also have a creative and I have a passion for performing arts. So I was also interested to do something into the world of acting, theater, singing. So I still sing. Whenever time permits, I'm a part of a couple of our, trust and NGO fundraising events where I sing, I host, I act. So that one angle was also something which I thought I should be able to do justice to it. And third, flying was always a passion. So, the male air hostess known as flight purser was something I thought I should get into. So as a kid, as a child, these were three things which I clearly had in my mind. And definitely, things worked out, it shaped up in your way, because I always say, where there is a will, there is a way. And where there is no way, create your own way. So I created that path for myself. I started working on my vocab. I don't come from a very, very, high class society. I am born and brought up in a chawl. So, when you have the company which I had, forget English. I was not even able to speak, my mother tongue fluently. So definitely, it's a long journey. It's a tough journey, a lot of things to learn. And that's how today, I have worked on my overall, I would say overall package, not only your language, the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk. Overall, being a HR professional, it was something which I have learned the hard way. I have put in a lot of efforts there. And I continue with my passion to sing. Whenever I get an opportunity, I host. There are a couple of my corporate events, product launches, annual festivals, off-site events, which I host. Personally, I am the host of all our marriages, all our engagement ceremonies. So that has really been a passion. And I'm very happy that I'm able to I've chosen up a profession which is also helping me to, get indulged into my passion as well. That's how so far the journey has been fruitful. But definitely, I never thought that, I would reach this long. But yes, I had the idea that these are the three things which I think I should be able to do justice to it. And by God's grace and Enderley's blessing, yes, I picked up HR as a profession, and it's been 20 plus years which passed away like this, and today I'm here.
Interesting. I mean, I think from the very fact that you mentioned, from where you were, I think you are one of the only person in your family or your relatives who's broken that chain of.
Yes, I am the only one working. Rest all of them are either businessmen or they have their own, entrepreneur journeys. I'm the only one. Me and my father are the only ones who are working professionals.
Interesting. So that definitely, shows that you've come a really long way.
Yes.
And it's...
And the hard way.
Yes. Yeah. Learning everything from the ground. True. Now, you've worked with companies from really diverse industries throughout your career. What would your top 3 learnings be related to in your field?
The first learning I already mentioned, one thing which you really, really need to understand and work towards it is your stakeholder management.
Right.
Because once you know who your stakeholders are and if you're able to manage them well, a good start is half work done. So that's something which I have learned, which I have, experienced, and I've worked towards it. Right. Second, I strongly believe in the philosophy of learn, unlearn, relearn. Learning something is little difficult, but definitely once you practice, you become pro, you become expert into it. Relearning something, which is taking something new, addition to it, a refresher kind of, or taking it to the next level. The most difficult part is unlearning. We are not very easy to give up things, is what I have realized. So one biggest learning for me, which I have worked upon, is something which has reached its peak. As a part of, any life cycle management, it's always introduction, growth, maturity. There has to be a decline. Let it be sports, let it be acting career. Anything in our life has this life cycle. So letting go of is something which I have learned the hard way, which is not an easy task. So the unlearn piece of learn, unlearn, and relearn is something which I think is something which I have learned, I have developed. And last but not the least, doing things at ground. Many a times I see, I don't know to name people who are at the peak of their career. They have reached the ball mark, the benchmark where they want to, but still fundamentally from a foundation perspective, they goof up at times. So, people who are doing work upper se definitely grow up the ladder, but you don't sustain there for a long time.
True, because your
at the end,
foundations are weak.
yes, at the end, what matters the most is on ground. how much reality, how much you know about the business, what do you understand about your people, what do you understand about the organization, because as a HR, you are a common connect between your business and your people. You are the one who connects both of them. So very, very important that you be grounded, understand the nuances and the reality at the foundation level. A good building, a huge tower needs a great foundation. Similarly, a good professional or a good, whatever you are doing in your life, if you really want to achieve the biggest ball mark of that particular activity, you need to understand the foundation. So please be grounded, understand the foundation, the nuances of what you are doing. And trust me, if your foundation is strong, the way we say in civil line, to be able to create a big tower, a big building, your foundation has to be strong. Same applies in your personal life. So these are the three things which I think, has been the learnings of my personal and professional career so far.
True. And what I also extract from that is any student finishing their MBAs should not really expect a corner office with a fat paycheck.
Absolutely. No, no.
It's not so easy.
Absolutely. I'll give an example of sales, Roshan. A sales guy sitting in the office makes no sense to me. If he's doing his, pre-work or some business related presentation, it's okay. But a sales guy is somebody who is supposed to be on field. A good Selu is supposed to be on field because that's their job.
True.
Similarly, a good hiring manager should be there to locate the best resources. It could be from anywhere, because at the end, what matters is, and as I say, sales and recruitment. These are two functions which I really, really salute, because there is no halfway there.
Yeah.
It's either yes or no. Tomorrow I can't come and tell you, रोशन मुझसे थोड़ी सी शादी करेगा. थोड़ी सी शादी क्या होती है? या तो शादी होती है या तो शादी नहीं होती है. Similarly, a sales guy will either meet the figures or he'll not meet the figures. A recruiter, whether he'll hire a candidate, he will be able to crack the candidate or not. There is no midway. Hence, these are two professions which I really, really appreciate, and I have a lot of respect for them because they are always on fire.
True.
Because it's either yes or no. There is no midway there.
True. Very well said. Very well said. Now, you also do a lot of voluntary work with Rotary International.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate about your work?
Sure. So, before I do that, there is this wonderful proverb, a saying in Marathi, which I learned, which I heard from my teacher, and it touched my heart because I can relate to it. देणाऱ्याने देत जावे, घेणाऱ्याने घेत जावे.
Okay.
देणाऱ्याने देत जावे, घेणाऱ्याने घेत जावे, घेणाऱ्याने घेता घेता देणाऱ्याचे हातच घ्यावे. Which means the giver will continue to give, the taker will continue to take, but the beauty and the best part of this entire transaction or this entire journey is the person who's taking should also take the ability of the person who's giving. And you also start giving once you are capable enough to give. Since I know the importance of not having,
Right.
I know how does it feel. Hence, I love to give. So, Rotary as a foundation, so thanks to my ex-boss, Dr. Deepak Deshpande, who inspired me to, understand Rotary as a concept. Because when I used to see him doing a lot of social work, I used to get really, really kicked off by that. Why not I can do this? Because I think I can do justice to this. I think with my connects, I should be able to volunteer for a lot of stuff. And let me tell you, it's not about money.
Right.
It's all about association. It's all about time. Right. And that's how we did a lot of wonderful projects. And one of the beautiful projects, which is very, very close to my heart, as the president of Rotary Club of Navi Mumbai, we had a project wherein we donated books in Braille to blind students of Municipality School, NMMC School, Hindi medium.
Oh.
And getting these books were very, very difficult. So we got the Lipi, the entire script.
Right.
We got that done. We got the books printed, and then we donated these books to our blind students mid of the term, which was very unfortunate because the term had started, still the students were not having the books. And then let me tell you, Roshan, the best part was when we donated these books to those blind students, one of the girl students took the book, sat at the corner, and she started reading during the live function of donation of the book. Because, that was the kind of hunger, passion which that girl had for learning. And then the term had started, approximately, I guess, the function which we kept was in September or October, and the term had started in June. So they had, unke paas books nahi the. And the best part was, while we are talking, we are clicking the pictures and we are doing the, the function, she's there at the corner and she started reading. So that was the most satisfying experience which I had in my life. And the obvious reason is, since I don't initially, at the start of my career, when I started very early, we don't come from a very, very, well-to-do, especially on the economical part. We don't come from a well-to-do established financial background. So I know what are the challenges which we face. So as a student, there was a management which we had learned. I used to take books from you, and I used to donate my books to your younger sister, who was one term down the line. So you are in 8th standard, I am in 7th standard, she is in 6th standard. So you donate your books to me, I donate my books to your sister. That's how we completed our, graduation. That's how we completed all our studies. And that's how, and hence we value money. Because we come from that background wherein we know, hence I said, I love to give not because I have abundant. I love to give because I know how does it feel when you don't have. And that's why that Marathi proverb which I said, Dengarane देत जावे, घेणाऱ्याने घेत जावे, घेणाऱ्याने घेता घेता देणाऱ्याचे हातच घ्यावे. Because obviously at one point of time you are self-sufficient. So now it's your time to give it back to the society. And there was a whole idea, that was the pure idea which got, it got hit to my soul, I would say, and that's how I started work with Rotary. And we did some fantastic job when it comes to girl, child, woman empowerment, sanitization, lot of CSR work from a Ganpati Visarjan, creating a lot of awareness of green Ganpati, and all these events, because Rotary as an organization gives you that platform wherein, it doesn't restrict only to one particular city, province, state, country. You can go beyond. As a part of our global exchange program, we sent our students to all across the globe, and we hosted students from all across the globe. So that's how, there's a lot of learnings which you get because I travel a lot. And the reason why I travel a lot, because every time when you travel, you learn something new about the place, about the culture, about the people, about the language, and that's how you develop yourself.
True, and I think you're a living embodiment of everything that you just said. And there's so much of value that you've created. It's outstanding.
Thank you.
Now, we also saw on your LinkedIn that you have 23 licenses and certifications of courses that you've gone through. So, what's been the motivating factor for this achievement that you had?
So, one thing which again I personally believe, the day you stop learning, you stop growing. You should be a student lifelong. There is no age to learn anything, And there are so many beautiful examples. Nykaa is one of them. KFC is one of them. Age is just a number. So the day you stop learning is the day you stop growing. That's why learning something or the other has always been a topmost priority in my career so far. So even when I'm working, I have ensured, which I just told you a while ago, that my entire courses, my post-graduation from Symbiosis was a corporate program. My Master of Commerce is a corporate, distance program, and I wanted to do my Masters, obviously, because I had this aspiration of doing my PhD. So that's how I kept on learning, and thanks to my organizations who also supported, because a few of my companies had education assistance program, wherein we help the employee to grow with reference to the function in which they are associated with. So my LNP practitioner, my coaching practices, my coaching certification, all has been a part of my corporate journey, because I believe your learning should never stop. You should be a student lifelong. You stop learning physically when you die, but definitely there's a journey beyond life. And if you really want to keep that mark and you want people to remember you for your good work, learning should continue is what I believe.
True, very well said. Right. Looking back at the illustrious career that you've had and the things that you've done in all these years, would you have done anything differently if you were given a chance to go back in time?
Definitely, there's something which I would love to go back and rewind and correct it. One is the perception of managers, people around, for training as a subject. I'll give you an example. If there is a training happening and we want to nominate employees, me as a manager will ask you, Roshan, आज तू क्या कर रहा है? कुछ important नहीं कर रहा है, एक काम कर जाके training attend करके आ. This was something which I was really, really disappointed when this thing happened with me at the initial phase of my career, because training was considered to be a sideline subject, which really, really, was very, very. I used to get very angry. I used to feel very sad that if this is the approach, how are we going to grow as an organization, as individuals? But touch wood, the same team, the same people, it doesn't take much of time. If you have a genuine, sincere efforts to change the table, to change the site is not a very tough task. You have to be, consistent. You have to be very, very rigorous when it comes to follow up. 6 months, 8 months down the line, the table changed. And, people used to chase me. Oh, this training. Oh, we want to nominate our team members. Because they show, they how do I say? They understood, they realized, and they experienced the value. Right. So I am somebody who doesn't give up very easily. Same people, now the tables have changed. Now they chase me asking, when is this particular training delivered? Or when this subsequent batch is going to come? And this is something which I think, if time permits, I would love to go back to my 2006, 2008, 2010 days, where I used to struggle to get nominations. But again, I was consistent, I was persistent, I was constant in my follow-up, and I did not give up. Today, I am very much a part of the entire ecosystem wherein, anything from a talent management, talent development, HR, employee experience, I am somebody who people look forward to. And that's something which I've earned the hard way.
Exactly. I was just going to say there's a lot of sweat gone into
Absolutely.
that.
You'll not believe, people laugh at it. I have pulled up people from the washrooms because they don't want to attend the training. In break, they went to the washroom and they did not come back. So I've gone to the washroom, got them back. I said, no, you have to attend this. Wow. And this is the kind of work. And hence I said, when you know your work, please do not shy away to work on ground. I could have easily said, okay, you're not coming. But no, I did not give up. I said, no, you have to complete this. Please attend. There is a value proposition. There is something which you will learn today. Of course, and then once, twice, thrice, and then after 10th time, definitely it's gonna get imbibed in the system, and it did. So today we are very much spread across everywhere in the organization.
Your consistency paid off.
Absolutely.
Now we'd like to know Amit Trivedi for the person that he is, right? Mine is the professional and everything.
Okay.
So, what is the first thing you do the moment you enter your office?
Well, the beauty of the work that I have for myself is that work kind of never stops. It only shifts places. So, more often than not, if you ask me, I am a self-driven person. When I say self-driven means I drive my car myself. I don't believe in drivers. So, and my work starts virtually or perpetually from the time I enter my car. So, yes, you can say that I've been a kind of a person for whom the place of work shifts, work doesn't stop. But yes, having said that, I'm still a person who does not take work home. Once I'm out of home, I'm into my work. Once I'm back home, I am at home. That's it.
That's the absolute clarity you work.
Absolute clarity.
Sounds amazing. What's the one thing you like the most and least about your job?
Tough choice. The ability to make a difference, to be able to create a delight of being part of the index ranking amongst the top 4 purchase metric that I mentioned in my earlier correspondence or in my earlier sharing that I did. By being able to be part of that game is what allows me to have my ick, so to say. And the flip side of being in this business, given the fact that you're in the retail side of the business, the time that it demands. It can be demanding. So I think barring these two things, there's nothing else that comes to my mind.
So you're carrying the baton for your company, so I don't think you ever rest it from your work. So.
Yes.
Okay. What were you paid in your very first job?
I think for the audience, if they were to listen to this, they will probably fall off their chair. 150 rupees. This was a play which I had enacted back during my college days. So I have to thank for being part of dramatics, which formed a very, very important part of my upbringing and my formative years to shape up to be the personality that I am today. Because my stage fright, stage fear, communication skills, language speaking skills, public speaking skills got polished and brushed up to a significant extent during those years when I used to do stage shows. So I give full credit to that. And the very first professional play that I did, I still have saved that 150 rupees that I earned then. And that continues to be my memoir, which I have retained for myself from then till today.
Interesting. What has been your biggest strength and weakness in all these years?
Being true to myself and the fact that if I look myself in the mirror every day, no regrets, no complaints.
I think that's the biggest achievement.
I think that is the biggest achievement. Okay, money, no money. Frankly speaking, beyond a point, money catches up. I've always realized that. Right, as long as you're willing to put in the hours and the hard work which is required to reach there.
Right.
Because without that, there is absolutely no substitute. Right. If I look at my weakness, as I had mentioned earlier during our candid conversation, I've been the kind of a person who has operated from a domain where I'll end up calling a spade, right? Now, this as a virtue is not something which a lot of domains, companies, or individuals would be happy to have by their side. So, if I were to be, let's say, looking to improve upon that, I think this is one probable area where I will want to work upon. Nothing else that comes to my mind.
It won't change, right?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
okay.
You can control it, but you can't delete it.
Yeah, true. What makes you happy?
My work, my family, the travel, my kids, motorcycles, photography.
So, are you more into cars or motorcycles?
I am into travel, so anything and everything that comes along with it.
Interesting. Well, the next round is what we call as rapid fire rounds, and we're looking for quick answers, one word answers, preferably. Right?
I'll try.
So, describe Amit in one word.
Integrity.
Okay. Describe what work or a job means to you in one word.
Passion.
Your favorite destination.
Prague.
Your favorite quote.
I'd say nothing that comes to my mind because it's kept changing depending upon the circumstance or the situation that gets thrown up to. So honestly, there has not been any perennial favorite, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough. What does Amit splurge on?
Oof, that's a very, very embarrassing question to answer, but the answer on that would be motorcycle riding gear and 2 wheels.
2 wheels. Interesting. Is Amit a fitness-oriented person?
Oh yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So at this age, I think if I need to be doing what I'm doing, fitness forms a very, very key and a crucial part of my life, which cannot be ignored clearly. And I have been very, very focused upon that because I'm very clear that I don't wish to walk with a stick. I don't wish to be rendered with being like a vegetable in my sunset years. So I'm doing everything I can to ensure that I'm able to put in the best I can.
The thought is right. So, if not the professional career that you're in right now, where would you have been?
I don't think I would not be here. I was destined to be here.
So, you're right where you wanted.
Absolutely, because as I said, there is nothing called as a luck. Luck is nothing but a marriage of preparation combined with opportunity that comes your way. So, as things unfolded for myself in my life, the opportunity that came my way, probably I was ready for it and I took it on. So why aspire for anything else?
Perfect. One love.
Family.
Okay. One thing left to do.
Motorcycle journeys. Lots of them.
Yeah. But you've had your share, have you?
Well, let's say that I will be a born again rider if I were to be in that category. So that's one appetite which is fully yet to satiate for itself.
Well, I do hope you get time from your schedule to go and do that, right? On an ending note, we'd like to know Amit over a period of years. So, how was Amit like when he was 18 years old?
Enthusiastic, energetic, forthright, communicative.
Okay. And by the time he touched 25,
Finally got to figure out what I wish to do with my life. Because that 18 to 25 period unfortunately turned out to be a time where I was trying to figure out what the hell to do in life. And I was trying to find my ground, my footing, my identity, and my way forward in life. So,
okay. And by the time you got to 30,
career was decided. Then it was a matter of being persistent and being consistent to ensure that I'm there to deliver what's expected of me to deliver.
right? So you mentioned between 18 to 25 is the time when you were still deciding, or
Oh yeah, absolutely.
how was that phase? Can you elaborate a little on that?
Well, it was a phase where you've become a graduate, but you know that you are useless, and you still got to make something out of your life, and you still are trying to come to terms with what the world has to offer you, and you still want to question what is there to come your way. Yet you know that I can be something, yet you're looking for that one platform to give you that point of a spotlight that allows you to have your recognition for the innings to begin. And I think that by far is something which practically back then in my time, every 18 to 25-year-old was going through. I was not one of those lucky few who was able to figure out at the age of 10 and 12 as to who the hell I want to be. I'll be very honest about it, because my period of, let's say, 16 or 18 to 21, practically speaking, got wild away with the best of friends, living the best of college life, going all out when it comes to ensuring that I have my ZNMD moment, which lasted for a good 5 years. And I loved every bit of it. Okay. Any regrets? Absolutely no regrets. But then the reality dawned upon the life after that. Because inside of the college gate, you're the king. Outside of the college gate, you realize you are one amongst the many.
Very well said. Well, thank you, Amit. It's been a real pleasure having this conversation with you.
Thank you very much.
And I'd like to describe it as, like you said, a spade is a spade. So, a very great conversation today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.